we're talking about space here, and people are probably like, what are they talking about? What does space have to do with supplements? And I first was introduced to your product and you at the biohacking conference last year in Orlando. We met briefly. I bought your product at your booth there that sits right behind me if you're watching this. But it was really an interesting look at how you're taking this idea of what it would take to live or be in space and applying it to our health here. So, can you give us a little bit of background of how you went from this space architect of sorts into producing a supplement?
Yes, so it was really important for me to be aware that everything that we were designing, I have an architecture background in from France, and architecture that is more like high level technology and infrastructure that is innovative to bring the human level of design into something that we never thought we could achieve, like living off planets. And actually, physically, we are not designed for living off world. And I was aware of that when we created this platform to design with different type of disciplines of people and experts. And I came across the scientists from Japan who uh, basically reminded me that, Mars is difficult. Humans are weak. So those are the only four words that they presented to me, and I was like, okay, I knew. So what should we do? And actually, I believe the reason why I've dedicated my 10 years into designing habitats that are human-centered design, focusing on our wellness and possibilities to evolve as a human being, in terms of, intelligence and also strength. It's all responded in this design of super microbiome metabolite complex. They call it postbiotics.
Mm.
And so I came across that and we created it together. Now we're expanding to Europe. We are creating a base in Luxembourg to focus on the next level of formula that will be dedicated for astronauts to be able to expand their lives, facing all kinds of challenges against the space environment, which is like, lower gravity that will cause us less bone density and cosmic radiations, all kinds of exposures that humans suppose not to be accustomed to. But with this new way we recover ourselves and train our microbiome to become more resistant, then all the challenges become like blessings, like as if we're sending our microbiome to the gym and they become stronger over time. So
Can you explain to the audience what exactly a postbiotic is? Because many maybe have heard of course, probiotics, and some are understanding of prebiotics, fiber more, but postbiotics is still new to a lot of people.
true, that's true. It's still also new for scientists, and I happen to pursue the knowledge of microbiome and all kinds of autophagy, mitophagy, everything that could happen with our cells, to at the Stanford University, and have a short, brief class there, learning about our epigenetics, meaning our capacity to overwrite the genetic expressions that were inherited by our parents, and become completely immune to all kinds of things that's supposed to make us sick, for example. So, for example, my dad had diabetes, and I automatically predisposed to diabetes, and I managed to shift to different kinds of, desire of food or lifestyle that makes it easier for me to build this immune system and the way to eat that are not going to excite the genetics expression that was predisposed. So what postbiotics does here is actually making the predisposal genetics become basically dormant, I guess. That's all, of course, abstraction of my translation, but scientifically, postbiotics, they are different from prebiotics or probiotics because they are supposed to be the micronutrient coming out from what have been broken down by the probiotics, which is live bacteria, and prebiotics, simply the food that the live bacteria eat. So to make it more, I guess, simple, we all have prebiotics, probiotics. When we eat, we're supposed to have micronutrient coming out from this chemical system, they call it metabolic pathways, right? And the problem is almost none of us today are perfectly, designed in terms of the way the bacteria should break down these food, and the food that we eat, they're all now industrial scale food. We don't live like we used to in the forest or in the farm, like directly from the soil, from your garden. Maybe that's a luxury today, right? But most people eat from the chicken and the fruits that are like what you eat in New York is the same as what I eat in Houston. It's because it's the same chicken supplier, right? For example. So most of us are designed similarly in terms of microbiome, and they are worker bacteria. They're kind of weak bacteria, and some of us have issues with our genetic predisposition. So the micronutrient that we have from anything that we eat now is just not enough. Instead of getting energized when we eat, we are tired. We feel tired when we eat something and we're digesting. Oh, let's take a nap. And I just ate. Like that's not normal, but that becomes normal this generation. So I guess the postbiotics are basically skipping all these stages of digesting and waiting for the right bacteria to create the right micronutrient. The postbiotics that just basically the highest micronutrient we could have ever expected, especially, I mean, what I'm talking about is here, of course, Astrobiome Postbiotics Complex. It has 600 plus metabolite, meaning it's as if you're taking 600 plus pills of supplements that people are taking, but in all microdose, all in 1 gram of dose per day, and you build up the microbiome activities that way. It's as if it's a sample for your probiotics in your body to follow, like a model that, hey, you guys are supposed to make this level of high micronutrient in the body, no matter what you eat. So
can it be seen as almost providing instructions for the microbiome in some ways
yes,
to
thank
live
you.
at their healthiest, right?
Yes, thank you. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
the
yeah,
word.
yeah.
Sorry.